Amazing. Yeah, so just make sure you can see the screen where you are and that you don't have to kind of get up and twist and do any kind of weird contortionate type movements to see what we're doing. Just keep it nice and relaxed, and then you can work a bit harder. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start, I think, in about 30 seconds. My watch says 12:30, but the laptop says 12:29, so we'll wait. Hi. Cool. So just a reminder that you can obviously do this class again if you want to, if you like it. All of our classes, I think, are either recorded on the Our Parks YouTube page or the Sport and Active Communities, Roehampton Sport and Active Communities YouTube page as well as Roehampton Sport and Active Communities Facebook page. So in one of those places, you'll be able to find these classes. And I'm assuming the other Our Parks classes will be on their YouTube page as well, so all the other stuff that they do, is there. So when the live classes aren't happening, if you want something else to do, then you can just log on there and do a quick workout. Okay, so it's 12:30. Hope you're all feeling fit and well. I'm Jenny. Nice to see you all, and thanks for joining me today for a quick 45-minute Pilates. I still can't believe Marianne's outside. Massive. So brave. There's no way I'd be outside right now. It's so windy and cold. Okay, so we're going to bring ourselves down to the mat as usual. We'll start off with a little bit of mobilization for the shoulders and the back and the neck today, and then we'll get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is some arm slides. Now hopefully you have a little bit of room around the side of you and nothing too kind of rough to slide your arms on, because we're going to bring our arms out to this kind of shape. So your elbows are going to be in line with your shoulders and your arms are at a 90-degree angle. So you're bending at the elbow, and then you're just going to let your hands, the back of your hands, just relax to where they fall naturally. So it might be towards the floor or on the floor, or your hands might be slightly lifted off, and that doesn't matter. We're just going to work into loosening up the muscles on the front of the chest, which sometimes get quite tight, especially if we sit down a lot over a computer. And also it's going to work the back muscles as well. So it's quite a nice simple one to start with. So what I want you to do is just relax your head and your neck. Try and relax your spine down so that your ribs aren't kind of sticking up and your back isn't arched. It's just really relaxed. And then we're going to pull our elbows down towards our side waist. Try and keep your arms in this 90-degree angle the whole way through the move. So we're going to exhale and just pull the elbows down into the side waist. Your hands might pop up a little bit like mine have. And then inhale and just take them up as far as they'll go, still keeping them in that 90-degree angle until your fingers touch above your head. And then again, we're going to go again. So we're going to exhale, pull down, draw the belly in and up. Inhale, slide. So just try it a few times, see how it feels. Notice maybe where any muscles might be feeling tight or it's a bit restricted. This is just a loosening movement. It's so good for the back of our bodies. So we're going to do about 4 more. Exhale, pull the elbows down into the side waist and then slide back up. You can do this against the wall as well if you prefer. Same move. Just keep your ribs and everything kind of flat towards the wall, not stuck to the wall, but just not arching away from the wall. 2 more. Exhale, pull down. Inhale, slide up. 1 last time. Exhale. And inhale. Good. So just reach the arms up above the head now as much as you can. You might feel a little stretch in the shoulders depending on how tight they are. And then we're going to sweep the arms around now this time. So sweep them along the floor in a nice straight line and then take them up and over. So we're going to inhale as we sweep around the floor, inhaling, exhaling, take them back. So we inhale, bring the hands towards the hips and then reach them up and over and back. 1 more like this. And then we're going to reverse the breathing. Good. Okay, we're going to reverse the move actually. So we're going to inhale, take the arms down towards the hips. Exhale, sweep them back up above the head. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 1 more time. So your arms should feel really good after this. They should feel really relaxed. The shoulders should feel a little bit more free. Hopefully. Okay, so bring the arms back to the outside of your hips and just let them relax down and stay down for now. We're going to just work a little bit into the low abdominals now. So I want you to just think about lifting the belly in and up, keeping the pelvis really relaxed, not pushing the lower back into the floor and tilting the pelvis, and not taking it the opposite way. So keeping it just really gentle and quiet. We're going to bring our front leg up to tabletop with an exhale, and then bring the opposite leg to join it. Then we're going to take that first leg down, nice and controlled, and then the second leg down. Let's reverse. So back leg comes up first, front leg to join it. Back leg down first, and then go again. Okay, so just keep alternating like this. You can close your eyes if you want to. It's a really simple move. So quite like to kind of really tune in and connect to the body on this first few exercises, just to really feel the connection. And don't kind of watch too much, just really feel it. It's quite a simple up and down movement with those legs. You should start to feel it in between your hip bones, those muscles there. And if it's really challenging, you can always make the move a little bit smaller by just taking one leg down halfway, the other leg to join it, back up again, yeah? So you don't have to take the full range. If you want more of a challenge, you can take both feet down and then bring both feet up. So both legs together is a little bit difficult, or a little bit more difficult, because it's heavier, okay? So the legs are pretty heavy, and so you're adding resistance to those low abdominal muscles that are probably getting a little bit fatigued right now. We're going to do 4 more, whichever version you're doing. Exhale as you pull up. That's really going to help contract those muscles. 3 to go. Exhale back up. Good. Last 2. Try to bring those knees just above the hips and no closer to the body. Last one. We're going to bring the legs and leave them up there, and then just hug the knees in. Just have a little stretch into the low back. You might want to rock a little bit from side to side if that feels nice. And while you're doing that, you can just turn your head slowly from side to side, just to release any tension that might be creeping into the neck around about now on a Thursday. We've had a few days of working. Let's just release any tension and stress in the neck and shoulders. Okay, let's place one foot down and then the other foot down. So we're going to go straight into our hundreds, because we need to get warm, especially that lady that's outside. I've forgotten her name now, can't see it because I'm so far away from the camera. Okay, so reach the arms back and then exhale, lift the head and shoulders and reach the arms forward. Now I want a nice straight line from your shoulder to your fingertips, and then start pumping those arms. Good. So let's start everyone with our feet down, and then we're going to progress through the leg versions or levels as we go. So inhaling and exhaling, reaching towards the front of your shins, tucking your chin in rather than looking up at the ceiling or the sky, depending on where you are. So keeping that chin tucked so that your neck stays safe. Keep lifting the belly in and up, and keep reaching those arms super strong and straight. Okay, let's lift that first leg up if you want it. Keep it going. Keep it going with the arms as fast as you can. And lift the other leg to join it if you want to add to the resistance. Okay, so now the lower abdominals are involved too. So the whole body's trying to stay still as we destabilize with these arms. A little bit faster if you can. Keep breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's stretch one leg away. Next level up. And then if you want it, both. Or you could stay where you are. It's entirely up to you guys. Always make it harder towards the end. We should start at the most difficult part and then make it easier, shouldn't we, really? Let's try that next week. Okay, keep those arms going. If you want even more of a challenge, lower the legs, but only to the point that you can control, okay? So if your back starts to arch, come back up with the legs. Squeeze the legs together if you have the legs fully extended. We're almost there. I'm definitely getting warmer, so I know we're almost there. Last 2 sets. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set. In 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Amazing. Slowly hug the knees in, lower the head and shoulders. And take a well-earned stretch / rest. Okay. So we've got nice and warm now in the abdominals. We're going to either roll up to seated or turn on the side and come up to seated. Whatever is working for you and your spine. Let's do some half roll backs. We haven't done these for a few weeks, so I feel like giving you a little bit of a challenge. So make sure that the legs are in a comfortable position. You don't want them too close to the body. you want to just have them kind of fairly relaxed, because we're going to just think about this part of our body now. So from the pelvis upwards, the legs can just take a little break, but they do need to stay nice and firm and engaged. Okay, so we're going to start off holding behind the knees, level 1, and then we'll progress. So draw the belly in and up, sit super tall, as tall as you can. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, draw in even more with the low belly, round the spine, and roll back about a third of the way just from this one. Now we're going to keep this rounded position of the spine and the scoop in the belly. We're going to roll forwards, bring our head towards our knees, and then sit up tall. So you can keep holding on to your legs if you need to, or if you want a little bit more challenge, take the hands away, bring them to shoulder height or lower, and then go again. So we're going to roll back, exhaling. Keep that rounded shape in the spine, but keep the shoulders away from the ears, and then roll forwards, and inhale, sit up. Good. So level 2, we're all good, or stay with level 1, it's your choice. Let's go again. Exhale, roll back. So we keep that rounded spine. This should feel nice and easy, not too challenging just yet. Inhale, grow taller at the end of the move. Let's do 2 more like this, and then we're going to add on with some arms. So exhale, roll back. Inhale, roll forwards. Exhale, roll up. Good. So we're just creating a little bit of movement in the spine. We're trying to stretch into those muscles in the back that get really tight, but not overly stretching. We just want to loosen them up a bit so that they're going to work optimally. So this is our last simple version. You can stay with this if you don't want to do the arm versions that are coming up, but I know you might want a little bit of a challenge. So we're going to roll back, same way. Good. And then we're going to reach our hands up towards the ceiling, down to the mat 5 times. Inhale up, down to the mat. Okay. Hopefully your abdominals are shaking as much as mine are. You can probably hear it in my voice. Oh, 1 more to go. Just keep the scoop shape, that rounded shape, and then roll back up. Sit tall. That wasn't too bad, was it? If your legs and your hip flexors are getting a bit tight, just give the legs a little shake and then come back in. Let's go again. Exhale, roll back. Now we're going to bring hand to elbow, both arms, so that we've got this cross shape in the middle. And then we're going to just twist to the left, pulse up and down, small pulses, just about an inch. 10, 9, 8, 7. So you're leaning towards your left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Roll back up. Have a little rest. We've got to do the other side, haven't we, guys? We can't leave the other side out. So let's roll back again. Cross those hands towards the elbows. Now I'm going to turn away from you, excuse me. And then we're going to pulse up. 10, 9, 8. So it's a really small move. Super controlled. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center, roll up, and then sit tall. Give the legs a shake. 1 more for you, 1 more challenge. Okay, so let's roll back. We're going to hold the arms out in front. We're going to roll back and pull 1 elbow back, a bit like a bow and arrow, and we're going to follow the elbow with our eyes, and then we're going to come all the way back up and reach forward and straighten. So we exhale round, pull back. Inhale, come up, straighten, yeah? Just a few of these. Some of them feel quite nice, just a few. There's definitely a favourite side of mine today, and it's not the one I've just done. Okay, so let's do 2 more each side. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, roll up. Definitely getting warmer now. Okay, 1 more each side and we're done. So maybe come back a little further, only if you can control that scoop in the belly. The rounded spine, the last one's the hardest. And then I like to just take a little stretch forward, just drop the knees out and just lean forward. It just feels like a nice release to the low back. But if you prefer a different stretch, please feel free to do that before we move on. Okay, so we're going to do the roll down and roll up, the full roll down and roll up now, because we've warmed up these muscles. So you're really going to feel it in the abdominals as we come up and down. We're only going to do 2 though, so make them your best. If you need the modification, hands behind the lower back, or you can just bend the knees to start with, roll back holding on, and then when you come up, grab hold of the behind the knees again and roll up like that. Okay, so otherwise you're doing the full version, straight legs, straight arms, straight spine to start with. Inhale, grow as tall as you can, squeeze the legs together. Exhale, roll back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach back, inhale. Getting ready to come up, squeeze those legs together, squeeze the bottom a little bit too. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time each way. We stay up on the last one. Exhale back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach back. Stretch. Enjoy that little rest in between, and then we go again. Exhale, lift the head. 7, 6, 5. That's the hard bit. Bend the knees if you need to. Remember, try not to throw yourself in the air. 2, and 1. Good. So once we're up here, we may as well come into our spine stretch forward. So we're going to take the legs as wide as your mat, or a little bit wider than your shoulders if you don't have a mat. Sit as tall as you can. If you can't get your legs straight like this with a straight spine, bend the knees, make your spine straight. Sit on a pillow, sit on a block, on a telephone book, although they're not very big these days, but something like that just to lift the hips up. Reach the arms forward. So we're going to do a mini roll down now the other way. So we've been rolling back, doing this stretch. We're doing a similar stretch, but we're going forward. So sit tall, inhale, grow. Exhale, nod the chin towards the chest, around the spine, keep the shoulders away from the ears, and roll forwards until you run out of exhale. And then inhale, grow, restack that spine, one section at a time until you come back up to a straight spine. So your shoulders back over your hips. Remember, as we come forward, we're just thinking about bringing the top of our head in between our knees. We might not get there. We probably won't get to the floor, although some of you may well do, but that's where we're aiming. Okay, so inhale, grow. Exhale, nod. Keep exhaling, keep drawing the belly back behind you as you reach forward. And then inhale, come back up. Nice and slow and controlled. So I don't know if you know this, guys, but Pilates used to be called Contrology, so control or G. And it was only named Pilates once Joseph Pilates died, so it was named after him, obviously, because it was his invention as such. So just think about that when you're doing the exercise. It's all about the control. Let's go again one more time. Inhale, exhale. So we're controlling the muscles as we move. We're doing so in a mindful way, so we're moving in a mindful way. And slowly coming back up to seated. Nice and tall, good. Now we're in this position, we may as well do our spine twist. So you can either do spine twists with your legs together, like I have here. Again, if it's not comfortable, if you're kind of doing this, you can't get a straight spine sitting like that, then just cross your legs, come into a position which is comfortable. I'm just going to turn on to the side so you can see what I'm doing, but I'm going to have my legs out straight. If you do have your legs out straight, just try and glue your feet together so that when you twist, one hip isn't moving back out of alignment. You want to keep your hips straight and your feet straight. Arms out to the side, just to shoulder height or lower if your shoulders are tight or tense. Okay, we're going to sit super tall. Inhale, grow as tall as you can, lift belly in and up. Exhale, twist. The whole body must move at the same time, so the whole upper body. And then inhale, come back to center. So imagine you've got a broom handle tied to your arms. You can't bend one arm and not the other. They have to move at the same time. Exhale, twist. Your head just follows along for the ride, but it's not initiating. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Inhale, come back to center. We're only going to do one more each side because this is tough. Exhale. You should feel this in your waist and rib area. And back up to where we started. One last time. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Exhale all that air out. And then back to center. And then just let the arms come down. Give the shoulders a little roll or the arms a little shake, whichever you prefer. And then we're going to come back down to the mat. Excuse me. I always get a bit of a frog in my throat when I'm doing this class. So we're going to roll back down. Let's make it a nice roll down exercise rather than just falling to the floor. So nice and slow and controlled. Bring the feet in. Give the legs a little shake. Okay, so we're going to do some shoulder bridges. It is not going to be. So bring the feet in a little bit closer maybe than they would be when we're doing other types of exercises on our back. About hip width with the feet. So when you look down, you shouldn't see your feet too far outside of your body, and then you'll know that they're not too far outside the hips. Hands are going to push down, upper arms are going to be used as well, so they're going to push down. Shoulders are going to push down into the floor. We're not taking our arms off of the floor on this one this week, so it's all about the back of the body and the legs. So we're going to exhale, slowly start to tilt the pelvis back and then peel away from the floor. So we're lifting up, pushing down with the hands and the arms, feeling activation all across the back of the body. So we're just lifting up so that we're in a nice straight line from head to knee. And just hold here at the top. Just take a nice big inhale. And then on your next exhale, just melt the spine down. So from the top of the back, the middle of the back, the waist, and then the tailbone last. Okay, let's come up again. Exhale. Let's just keep it going. A few of these nice rolls through the spine, just to keep the spine mobile and bring some strength into those muscles that support the spine. Slowly exhaling down. So we're going to do one more just simple roll up and down, and then we're going to stay up. And we can bring in some leg challenges if you want them, or just hold in a simple shoulder bridge, which is great for building strength. So if you're just holding, don't worry, you're still working. Okay, so we're going to stay at the top here. We're going to do a leg option if you want it. I'm going to bring my front leg in and then take the leg as straight as I can up to the ceiling. I'm going to lower it down towards the knee and then flick it back up. Just 3 times. Flick. Inhale down, exhale up. Good. Bend the knee, place the foot back to the floor. Try and keep both hips level. That's the challenge on this one. As we bring the other leg in and then up. Lower knee to knee. Exhale back up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bend that knee, place the foot back down. Push hips up. They always sink down, so we're going to bring them up. And then exhale on the next. That's it, good. The next available exhale, slowly let the spine come down. We're going to do that one more time. So if you need to move your feet like I just did, a little bit closer to the body, just to give you a little bit more strength to push up. Let's go up again. Exhale. Okay, we're going to stay up here. Push the hands and the shoulders and the upper arms down into the floor. That front leg comes up again if you want this, or hold in simple shoulder bridge. Okay, now this time we're going to lower the leg, knee to knee. We're going to keep it there, take it out to the side and back 5 times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. This is not easy. Lower the leg down. Bring the other leg in, straighten it, lower down knee to knee. Pulse out to the side 5 times. 4, you don't have to go far to fill this one. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend that knee, foot comes down, hips lift, slowly exhale down. Good, well done. Hug knees in. Okay, so we're going to do a rollover. Not the lottery, I wish. It's not money related, unfortunately, but we're going to try the rollover. If you know you can't do the rollover for whatever reason, I'm going to give you an alternative. But if you want to try the rollover, please have a go. If your back is feeling okay today, then it's a good opportunity to do it. It really feels nice on the back. but it's also going to lead into the next move, which is a boomerang, which I don't think we've done for a while, or possibly not ever, I don't know. So we're going to try it today and see how it goes. But if you are not enjoying, or for whatever reason you can't do the rollover, then you might struggle a bit with the boomerang. So I might give you an alternative for that one too, or just give you a different stretch to do. So first off is the prep for the rollover. So you're going to bring our legs up towards the ceiling. I'm just going to cross my feet at the ankles, doesn't matter which side, because we're going to change over halfway through. Now you might want to just tuck your hands slightly under your hips, just to give yourself a little bit of help here. And all you're going to do is just exhale and push your bottom off the floor and lift it up. So it might not come up very high, and that's not really the point. It's just all about drawing in the lower abdominals strongly and contracting them to help lift your legs. So again, I said earlier, the legs are quite heavy, so it's quite a tough one. Now this is going to be your alternative for the boomerang. So just keep doing this boomerang and the rollover. Just keep doing this if you don't want to do either of those. But if you do want to do the rollover, just make sure you've got some room behind you. So I'll just move down slightly so that you can bring your feet over the back of your head. Now you don't have to touch the floor of your feet. You can go as far as you can. Oh, someone's off already. So that's good. So you're going to bring your knees in, take your legs out if that's more comfortable. And then all you're going to do is just push down into the floor of your hands. Take the legs forward slightly to give yourself some momentum. Exhale and push the feet over the head. So my feet touch the floor because I'm quite flexible, but if your feet are lifted here, that's fine. And then all you've got to do, all you've got to think about is drawing the belly in and up and slowly releasing back down. That's the hard bit. Getting up and over is probably slightly easier. And then coming back is the controlled part. Okay, so here you'll get a nice stretch on the outer part of your hips. I'm quite tight there at the moment, so it feels quite good. And then just slowly come down. If you need to use your hands behind your back, that's fine if you're struggling. Otherwise, hands to the floor, use your abdominals, draw them in and slowly back. We're just going to do one more. Push the hands into the floor to help you. If it feels nice, stay there for a little while and then come back down. Good. Okay, so everyone else that didn't do the rollover, just have a little break from your little low abdominal lifts and just hug the knees in. So we're going to try boomerang. Now, even if you don't do boomerang, you can try a little bit of it. Now, I'm just going to make sure that I just move my camera slightly so you can see me sitting up. Okay, so we're sitting up in the position that we were in earlier with our legs forward. Now, as I said, you don't have to do the rollover part of this. You can just try the beginning part of it if you want to. So it's a little bit using the lower abdominals again. So all we're going to do is just to prep into this one, we're just going to cross the feet over like we did when we were laying down. So one foot on top of the other. And then our hands are just going to come outside of our hips. Now we're going to slightly lean forward because we do need some momentum on this one. Now all we're going to do is lift the lower belly, lean back, exhale and lift the legs up. Now if you don't want to roll over, just practice this bit. Because lifting the legs up is using your lower abdominals. Yeah. And then once you've done a few of these, you can swap over with the feet. If you want to do the full boomerang, try it if you're feeling good. So you're going to exhale, lift the legs up. And then we're going to roll back, roll over, uncross the legs and cross them again. And then as you come back up, I'm going to try and do this slowly. You're going to bring your hands behind you and take like this, hands and interlace them. Stretch them back, and then as the feet come down, your head dives forward and your arms go up. Then you bring your hands back to the outside of your hips, you go again. So you roll back, uncross and cross again. Come back up, hands behind, stretch them back, head to knees. Yeah, hands back to hips. If you're not rolling over, we're going to do two more, so one more on each side. If you're not rolling over, remember you're just lifting the legs up, coming back down. Or you're going the full boomerang, rolling back, cross and uncross, or uncross and cross, hands behind you, reach back. It's quite a nice stretch actually for the chest. One more time. Chest and upper back. Hands behind. That's the difficult bit. Reaching back with the arms, holding in the balance. Good, well done. For those of you that tried it and might not have ever done it, well done. It's a challenging one, but once you get into it, it actually feels quite nice because it's a really nice stretch for the shoulders, but it's also a really good stretch for the hips. But it builds a lot of abdominal strength as well. Okay, so let's come to the back of our mat. Let's do our sideline work because we're rapidly running out of time as always. Okay, so let's just do a bit of sideline. We're going to do some side bends today as well, I've decided, because we haven't done those for a while either. I don't like neglecting moves. Okay, so we're going to take our feet forwards. We can't fit them all in 45 minutes though, unfortunately. So feet come forwards, body's in a nice straight line, top leg is lifted, push the hip down, squeeze both sides of your bottom just a little bit, belly in and up, and then we swing forwards and back. Pushing that bottom foot down, making it look easy. Clinging on for dear life with the balance. So we're trying not to sway the upper body and only swaying that leg forward and back. So you get a little stretch in the front of the hip as you take the leg back. And then you get a nice contraction here with a hip flexor as you bring it forwards. And the low abdominals. A little bit of work there too. Two more. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Good. Now bring the leg in line, this top leg in line with the body. Stretch it long. Lift it up and down. Keep it simple today. So this is going to be even easier if you're not stretching your leg long. So to make it more challenging, stretch the leg out of the hip as if you're trying to touch that opposite. I've got the sofa there, whatever you've got by your foot, you're trying to touch it. Exhale to lift, keeping the body in a nice straight line. Neck and shoulders relaxed. Belly lifted in and up. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Lift up to either hip height or double hip height. We're going to circle forwards for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Try and make sure it's a circle, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We go the other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee down to tap in front. Flex this top foot. Push up and away. So you can hold on to the hip here, making sure it's not turning back. It's probably going to slightly lean forward, and that's okay. So tapping the knee forward towards the mat. Don't worry if you don't touch it. So just going to start to feel a little burn going on here. Muscle activation. 7 to go. 6, 5. Keep that leg on the floor nice and firm. 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold it up there. See if you can hold for 10. It's burning now, right? 9, 8, 7. A little bit higher if you can. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it come down. Just give it a little tap if it is burning. Relax that leg. Now we're going to come up straight into side bends on this side. So we may as well do this. Otherwise, we're going to be flinging ourselves around the mat quite a bit. So side bend, 3 levels. We're going to start with level 1, end with level 3. Level 1, we stay with our knees on the floor and our feet together. So our legs are about 45 degrees. A hand is ideally underneath the shoulder. You can do this on your elbow, forearm if you've got any wrist issues. Otherwise, straight up, nice straight arm. Try not to collapse into the shoulder. So just lift underneath, sideways up. These muscles are going to be the ones that are going to help us stay up. Now, as we come up, we're going to exhale, reach up and over with the arm. This is level 1. We're just lifting the hips, keeping the belly lifted in and up. Now you can stay with this, or level 2 is to extend our top leg. So reach out. Good. I can see some arms waving. Exhale, reach up and over. And then level 3, only if you want it, your feet slightly change. So the front foot comes forward, the back foot goes behind. You might need to move your arm, and then the full body side bend. So we only do 2 of each. Try one at level 3 if you're not sure, you might like it. And then we're going to come to the other side. Short and sweet, that effective. And a really nice stretch, I love that one. Okay, so nice straight line with the body first, bring the feet forwards. Bottom foot pushes down, top leg lifts, push hip away. Getting ready to kick forward and back. Swing it. Good. So all the while keeping that belly lifted in and up. And you might want to check that your belly is lifted in and up by seeing if there's a little gap underneath your side waist. Just a tiny one. Just enough to slide a little piece of paper under there. No huge gap. We're not looking for a huge gap. Just so that our side waist stays active and so that we're not kind of dumping the muscles down onto the floor without any real contraction here. So we're going to keep strong. Keep controlling those muscles. Let's go for 2 more. And 1. Good, now bring that leg back in line with the body. The front leg stays forwards. Stretch the leg long. Squeeze and lift up and down. So exhaling up. Just helps with that contraction as we exhale all the air away. And takes our mind off of any warming sensation that's probably creeping in around about now. I know mine is. So almost there, we've just got some circles, everyone's favourite. And then those pushes. And then the hold, and then side bends. And then we're going to do a little bit on our back. Well, for our back, not on our back. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, keep stretching that leg long, and 1, hold it there for circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, nice straight leg, 1, and the other way. 10, 9, so get that leg as straight as you can. Try and paint perfect circles with your feet. 6, 5, 4, I know it's burning. 3, 2, 1, and if it's not, do an extra 10 and then hold. Now we're going to bring the knee forwards, flex this top foot, push away that burning. Tap forwards, exhale, push away. Inhale down, exhale, push. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Hold and lift that leg. This is so much more painful on this side for me. Oh, it's definitely weaker on the right side today. So keep holding. Another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Give it a little loving tap. Oh, that's mean. So these muscles do get quite fatigued because they tend to not be used an awful lot, especially if you sit down for your job, which I guess most of us probably do. If you're quite active and always on the go, then these muscles probably be a bit more fired up, but they do tend to get a bit lazy. So when we try and wake them up, they're not always happy about it. Okay, so we're going to bring our feet together, knees together, hand under shoulder or on your elbow if you prefer. So you just don't come up quite as high and you're not putting so much pressure on your shoulder. So if you've got any shoulder issues, just pick that version. Okay, underneath waist lifted. Let's not start off too chilled here. Let's start off strong and then exhale, lift up and reach. So the arm comes up and over, gives us a nice side stretch. Exhale up and over, drop the head, relax the neck, and then back up. Okay, level 2, stretch the leg long. One more level 2, or stay at level 2, it's your choice, guys. It's entirely up to you. And then we go level 3, 1 foot forward, 1 foot behind. Find a nice strong position and then stretch up and over. One last time. Back to the floor. Let's come onto our knees for a second. Take the knees wide, feet together. Let's have a little stretch. So child's pose, dropping those hips down. Okay, so we've just got a few more minutes to do a few back exercises. So we're going to do some 4-point kneeling and some other various stretches just to feel good to finish. So we're going to come up nice and slowly, roll through the spine, and then come onto all fours. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Now a little variation of 4-point kneeling today, just to mix it up. But before we go into that, we're just going to do some tricep press-ups. So we can be in box position, or we can be in 3/4 plank position. But whichever version we're doing, straight spine, belly lifted in and up. So I want your elbows to be pointing back towards your hips. So turn your elbows so that the inside of your elbows facing forwards, if that makes sense. Because as we then lower our upper body, our elbows and our upper arms are going to drag along our ribs. See, rather than going out to the side like a normal press up, we want the elbows to go back. And we're only going to come down as low as our elbow. Yeah, so we're not going to go any lower. And you can certainly be a bit higher if you need to. So even if you're just dropping here and then coming back up, that's fine. If you're going in your 3/4 version, you're dropping your hips down, same thing. Push up, lower. Whichever version you're doing, we're just going to do 2 more. These triceps are super important for us to be strong. One last time. Good, so now we've kind of semi-pre-fatigued the triceps and the shoulders a little bit. This is going to make our next move a little bit more hard and challenging, but that's good. We want challenge. So we're going to take our front leg out along the floor first. Then we're going to lift it up. And then we're going to take our back arm out. I'm going to swap legs so you can see my first version. So I'm going to take the arm out, but in line with the shoulder. So normally we're here. We're going to have the arm here. And then we're going to pulse up and down for 10, 9, small pulse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly back in. Let's go to the other side. So now I've got my front leg lifted, my back arm lifted. Keep looking down at the floor, neck nice and long. Belly lifted in and up. Pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back in. Okay, we're going to do 1 more set each side. On this last set, I want you to really think about, as your leg is coming up, squeezing your bottom first, keeping your leg super straight and lifting from squeezing your bottom, yeah? Because sometimes we tend to bend our knee a little bit and kind of use the back of our leg a little bit more. So we're going to really try and squeeze and lift from the glutes. So find a nice strong arm position. Lift that leg, lift the arm. Same thing with the arm, guys. So no bend in the elbow. Let's go. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Good. You can hear the shaking in my voice again. Okay, let's do it again on the other side. Lift up. Opposite arm and opposite leg. Nice straight leg first. Squeeze and lift from your bottom. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Bring that hand back under. And let's sit back again one more time and have a little stretch. Let the arms relax. Those triceps probably shaking a little bit. Excuse me. So really try and let the head and chest just fall down towards the floor. And then we're just going to come up slightly with the upper body. We're going to take our left hand on top of the right hand, interlace the fingers, and then just turn to look under your right arm. And then just try and pull the hips back a little bit more so we get a nice side stretch. So I'm looking to the right, so the stretch is in my left hand side. One big inhale and exhale. Let's slowly turn and swap sides. So take the left hand out to the side of the mat, right hand comes on top, and then just turn to your left. Relax back into it, pull the hips back. Rest your head down wherever you can on your arm or on the floor. One more big, deep inhale. And exhale. Let any tension go. And then let's just come down to the floor. So laying on your front, let's just have a little stretch for the front of our legs and the front of our hips. So we're going to grab back with one hand. You can do both if you've done this before. It's like a yoga move really, but we're going to hold on to the ankle, stretch one arm out, and then we're just going to lift the knee and push the foot back into the hand. So you're getting a nice stretch on the front of the shoulder, but also the front of the thigh. And then rest it down. So if you're doing both, you're going to get two of these stretches. Swap arms, take the other arm back, grab the ankle or the leggings of your trousers or whatever you can grab hold of, and then keeping the hip bones down on the floor, you're just going to push your leg back into the foot and then lift the knee away from the floor. Just breathe normally while you're holding this stretch, pushing your foot into your hand, and then lower. Stretch the body out, just rock the hips from side to side. Bring your hands under your shoulders and push yourself back and up. And we're done. Thanks guys for coming today. I just went over a minute, I always do that. Hope you enjoyed the class. I hope you had a nice stretch. And see you next week, next Thursday at 12:30 again. Have a good week. Thanks for joining me. Let me know if you've got any questions or comments. I'll hang around for a minute or so. And then, yeah, see you next week. Have a good week.